I could have decided to give up at any point, but I didn't give up. And it's not until you don't give up that you find out what dreams you can accomplish. Before our accident, I did track days, the motorbike, toured Europe. I wouldn't say adrenaline junkie, but I was decidedly, trying to live life on the edge as much as I could. Motorcycling was such a big part of my life. It was April. I was actually just taking my bike out for a shakedown. I was just kind of at the end of it. I was on my way home, potentially starting to relax. It was coming around a corner. There was a car coming the other way around the corner as well. Next thing I remember is trying to get up, but I think my foot was nearly like round my head, and there was blood gushing from my right leg. And I think, right, my body's not in a good state, but not think about that. I just think about breathing it out. And then we lifted up in the helicopter. I'd head to Aberdeen. I think it was one of the nurses in the emergency room. She looked at me and she says, "Lee, we've got you from now on." And I just kind of fell asleep from there. Like, the first period of being in hospital was quite surreal. I think I had 12 or 13 operations. And it got to the point where I was with a meeting with a consultant one morning. I was in there sitting waiting for him, and then he came in. "Hi Lee, how you doing?" And I just turned around and says, "Oh yeah, not too bad. I hope you've got your hacksaw with you today though." And then I think he knew, he must have seen the conviction in my eyes. You could take someone's leg off and they could be so affected by the fact they've lost it that they might not do anything. But I knew that wasn't me. Like, I knew that for me, it was an enabler, not a disabler. When something serious happens in your life like that, there's no bigger reminder that life's precious. When I got my amputation and when I found out that there is a tomorrow, then I just grasped every tomorrow after that. From trying to do something that normal people found difficult, that if I did, I knew I would inspire other people because I managed to do something that was a bit of a challenge for normal people. I remember turning around to my mate in a pub, I think showing him something on my phone, and it was a trek to base camp. I think at that point I turned around and saying to my mate, "Yeah, I'm going to do this." I'd been thinking about it for a long time, and that night when I was out with a drink in my hand, with a bit of courage, I thought, yeah, let's do this. And it was at that point in March 2019, a year before I left, that was when I decided to trek to base camp. When I got to base camp, everything flooded back. How it felt when you were training every night flooded back. The pain that you endured for the 6 days to get to base camp, it came flooding back. The fact that you were an amputee kind of came flooding back as well. It was a 2-year anniversary of me being an amputee when I got to base camp, and it was just all a reminder of how my life's changed and how much I've had to adapt. And when I got there, it was probably one of the happiest occasions of my life, definitely. If I can do this, if I can go through this pain, if I can take all this pain, trek into base camp, then someone else can pluck up the courage to go out the house for the first time. Someone can, go for a walk for the first time, anything like that. That was the biggest drive for me. When you're having a down day, if it's physical, if it's mental, if it's not being able to leave the house, if you're having a down day, don't give up on that day. If you're going to give up tomorrow. But when you wake up in the morning and you want to give up, do it tomorrow. That saw me through quite a few days.